it's time to get loud. Say it with me, this is Monster Jam.
Monster Jam, this is JCB Racing. 8 drivers have been seated into the bracket automatically by random draw, but oh boy, they're going to be racing against the time competing, but there's only one winner that can come out on top. I need to hear you, Raleigh, if you're ready for JCB Racing. Let's get it.
Kicking things off, keep that energy going. We got Cole Bernard, Black Pearl. Truck is fired up. He's focusing his attention on the amber race lights right now, showcasing that he is staging and is ready to go green.
Wow, let's hear it for Cole Bernard in Black Pearl with a time 12.750.
Super glued to the action replay. He hits the brake as he's coming around that initial turn cone, goes down the straightaway, cuts it right here, but swings out ever so slightly where he lost a little bit of crucial time before crossing that finish line. 12.750, time to beat. Once again, Cole Bernard in Black Pearl, time to beat of 12.750. Coming up next is the driver who won the JCB racing competition just a few hours ago. Can he do it again? Weston Anderson, Grave Digger.
And the time for Weston Anderson, 11.644 for Gravedigger.
A great race pass from Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Super glued to the action replay is up there right now. He cuts that turn almost perfectly before crossing the finish line, earning a time of 11.644. One more time, that new time to beat is held by Weston Anderson and Gravedigger at 11.644. Continuing on with our next competitor, John Zimmer Sr., Uproar.
Time for John Zimmer Sr., 11.888 for Uproar.
Right out of the gate, you can see he hits the brake right here. The natural drift around that turn cone, straight down the straightaway, and then loses it ever so slightly right at the very end. Still an impressive time of 11.888. Good enough currently for second place. Again, you can see the time to beat, held on by Weston Anderson in Gravedigger, 11.664. The time for John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar, 11.888. Approaching the line is our next competitor, Colt Stevens, Thunderosaurus.
Your time for Colt Stevens, 12.026 for Thunderosaurus.
It started off as a very smooth race pass. You see it up there on the super glue glued to the action replay. It was almost effortless. He hits the brake. It looks like he's going to be able to cut that final turn seamlessly, but he lost a little bit of speed at the very end. So third place currently for Colt Stevens in Thunderosaurus. One more time, 12.026 is the time for Colt Stevens in Thunderosaurus. Continuing on with our next competitor, Jamie Garner, Overboard.
Time for Jamie Garner, 12.429 for Overboard.
One more time at 12.429 is going to be the time for Jamie Garner in Overboard. Now, if you turn your attention down to the track, you can see one of our tech officials running out there to reposition that gray turn cone. Now, when it comes to those gray turn cones, it is important to know that the drivers need to be able to cut the corner close enough and not hit it or crush it. If they do, it is a 5-second penalty. However, because Jamie Garner did that after the fact, after he had already crossed the finish line, there will be no penalty. His official time is a 12.429. Continuing on with our next competitor, Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit.
Brianna Mahan with a time of 14.664 for Bailey Circuit.
Super glue glued to the action replay showcases she was able to come out strong initially, make that turn, loses it right here, tries to reposition, get back to center in order to cross the finish line, slowed down at the very end for a 14.664. Once again, the time for Brianna Mahan in Bailey Circuit of 14.664. Time to beat remains that black and green wrecking machine, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger, and 11.644. Jumping into our next competitor, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco.
Fernando Martinez with a time of 12 for El Toro Loco.
Super glued to the action. Replay your reminder of that race pass. A solid one at that. 12 seconds flat for Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco with one competitor remaining. Who's going to walk away with the first 8 points of this evening's event? Will it be Weston Anderson in Gravedigger, or will it be our final competitor? Again, the time to beat, 11.644. Can our final competitor do it? It is John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
That time for John Zimmer Jr., 12.075 for Terminal Velocity.
Which means the winner for the second time today is Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Once again, the winner of the JCB racing competition goes to that black and green wrecking machine. There he is, Monster Jam fans. He is thriving on this Carolina dirt, and it is serving him well in the JCB racing competition. Let him hear ya.
Let's hear it for your JCB racing winner, Weston Anderson. Wow, man. It's like deja vu. We just had this moment a couple hours ago.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, I feel like I have a little bit of home field advantage right here. I'm only about 3 hours away on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and you know what? We got the same dirt out there, so I had to come out here and show all those competitors how the Carolina boys get it done.
It seems like you're on fire. How do you plan on keeping that energy into this two-wheel skills challenge?
It's not just me, man. It's not only my energy. It's these fans' energy. Every single time I pull out on this track and I hear you guys over that 540 cubic inch big block, man, it gets me going. So the louder and the rowdier you guys are, the crazier I'm going to get, baby. We're just getting started. Come on, let me hear you, Raleigh!
Weston Anderson, everybody. Gravedigger, your JCB racing winner.
Congratulations one more time, Weston Anderson and Gravedigger taking the first 8 points of this evening's event going into the second phase of our competition. You can see the BKT overall event leaderboard right now. Weston Anderson sitting pretty with 8 points, but only 1 point behind. You got John Zimmer Sr. in uproar, and rounding out the top 3, you got Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco as we go into the second phase of the competition. But before we do, I'm joined right now by the Wafa family at the desk, and we're going to play some Monster Jam trivia. Yeah, our little guy over here got a little shy. That's okay. We can all stand together. Come on this side. So I know this is your first time, or you've been to Monster Jam before. I know your brothers have some fan favorites. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to play some Monster Jam trivia. And the crowd is going to help you guys out. Right, Raleigh? You're going to help them out with Monster Jam trivia? And you can walk away with the prize. All right? So let's see who's going to ask you the trivia question.
Who are the names of the tombstones on the side of my graveyard? Is it A, my friends? B, the trucks that graveyard was taken down in competition? C, my favorite snacks? Or D, the drivers who have driven graveyard? If you know the answer, I want you to shout it out. Let me hear you make some noise.
All right, Raleigh, before they give me the answer, I want to hear from you guys, all right? And then we'll let them kind of talk amongst themselves as a family and see. All right, so who thinks it's A? Yell it out if you think it's A. What about B? The truck's gravedigger has defeated. That one sounds good. C? It's pretty quiet for C. What about D? All right, this is a close one. All right, Wafa family, I'm going to let you guys talk to each other. Make sure you're all in agreement on the answer. All right. Here we go. You want to give the answer? All right, what is it? B. He says B. Let's see if he's right.
If you guess B, you got the right answer.
High five.
Time for more Monster Jam.
Yeah. There we go, guys. Awesome job with a little help from the audience. So guess what? You guys are going to go home with some prize. I'm sending you home with this Megalodon. You're going home with the Gravedigger hat. We got our El Toro Loco hat right now. Monster Jam fans, give it up for the Wafa family going home winners at Monster Jam. Oh, now the little one comes back because he sees prizes. It's time to jump into the two-wheel skills challenge. Now, in this phase of the competitions, our drivers are going to have 2 opportunities to showcase their biggest and best moves on 2 or sometimes even 1 BKT tire. Now, we're looking for a variety of tricks here. And for more on that, let's actually hear from our Monster Jam superstars.
A moonwalk is kind of got to sit there and judge your ramp how the lip is come up. As soon as your front tires start to press and you feel your rear come up, you want to stab the brake and you set it up there. And everyone's got a different way of doing it, but I like to sit there and hold it and walk it forward.
A stoppie is when we drive up onto the quad, drive off the ramp, and in perfect timing, gas and brakes and balance the truck on the front 2 wheels.
A bicycle is whenever you get the truck on the side 2 tires and you ride it on those 2 tires, just like a bicycle.
All right, it's your chance to use judgeszone.com because you, the fans, are going to score this next competition. I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. Head to judgeszone.com. We also have this QR code up on the Monster Jam video board. You can scan that. That will also take you to judgeszone.com. All right, once you're there, you're going to see 3 X's. That's your city code. That code is RAL. We also have it on the banister scrolling around, RAL on judgeszone.com. Now, either myself or Christina will let you know when scoring is open, and this is where all the fun happens right here. 20 seconds to lock in those scores. Move that BKT tire into the green to score the highest or down into the red to score low. And something new that we've done this year, we actually have an expert judge in-house. Their score is going to make up 50%. Yours, Raleigh, will equal another 50%. Then we're going to get that average score. That's how it's done on judgeszone.com. You guys ready for more Monster Jam? Raleigh, get crazy!
You heard Jabari. Get crazy, Monster Jam fans, for the two-wheel skills challenge. Our first competitor making her way onto the track. It's Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit. Jam fans is on the side too. BKT Tires tries to make the save.
Head to judgeszone.com. Scoring is open for Brianna Mahan. Bailey Circuit, you got 20 seconds. Lock in those scores.
You can see that super glue glued to the action replay. She goes into the stoppie, balances on the nose, brings it up the moonwalk, shifts the wake from one BKT tire to the next, tries to save it on the side BKT tires, and loses it at the very end of that combination move. An impressive try for Brianna Mahan. You can see the scores coming in on the video board, a 5.075, again a 5.075 for Brianna Mahan in Bailey Circuit. Our first competitor down. We do got 7 more to go, eager to earn the next 8 points of the event. That will go towards her total score in pursuit of the BKT overall event championship. Shout out to our incredible team down there on the track, flipping that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck back on over on all 4 BKT tires. Once again, Brianna Mahan in Bailey Circuit. There she is, Monster Jam fans. Trying something new here at Monster Jam, pushing the envelope and continuing to innovate when it comes to these very difficult two-wheel skills challenge tricks. Up next, you can see him down there on the track here in his 9th season of Monster Jam. Just recently at Monster Jam World Finals, he earned the bronze medal in the high jump competition. What does he have in store for the two-wheel skills challenge? It is Jamie Garner, Overboard. For the reverse popper on those back 2 BKT tires for attempt number 1. 1 attempt down, 1 to go.
Let's hear it for Jamie Garner in Overboard. Scoring is now open. Head to judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores. You have 20 seconds.
That's right, Monster Jam fans. Get in on the action. This is your first competition that you guys have an impact on, the two-wheel skills challenge. You can see the super glue glued to the action replay. That second attempt hits the throttle, gets some air. Looks like he was going for that sky wheel. He didn't have the complete vertical positioning, but he did have that nice pop, got that nice air for that second attempt. Let's see what you guys thought. Score to beat is Bailey Circuit of 5.075. Let's check out the score for Overboard. A 4.565, so that's going to put him currently in second place in our two-wheel skills challenge. Making his way onto the track, the 2025 Arena Series Central Champion, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Goes for the stoppie, puts it on the nose. Really great control and great balance on those front BKT tires as he kicks it into reverse. Teetering back and forth a little bit. Looks like he is trying to go up that ramp. Gets the combination move. Goes back into the nose wheelie. Keeping this first attempt going. Impressive stuff and really great control and precision for the first attempt from John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He's balancing right now. He actually just pivoted ever so slightly to recenter that Monster Jam truck on the center of the elevated obstacle. Walks it forward, kicks it back, lands on all 4 BKT tires.
Let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr. Terminal velocity. Scoring is now open. JudgesZone.com. Let's lock in those scores now.
An impressive run from John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, showcasing a lot of great skill, precision, control, lots of variety in that one. He went for the combination move on the first attempt, was able to achieve that. Impressive stuff. And just a few hours ago, he walked away as the BKT overall event champion, securing actually his 30th of the year. There he is, Monster Jam fans. Let's see what you guys thought. Let's take it to the video board. .877, which means we got a new leader and a new score to beat. Making his way onto the track, the black and green wrecking machine. From Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Weston Anderson, Grave Digger. Gets the popper, dances it back and forth on that elevated obstacle. You can see him shifting those 12,000 pounds, the weight of it, on the front BKT tires from side to side. Slides it back down for attempt number 1. An impressive start to the two-wheel skills challenge for the black and green wrecking machine. We're going to give an opportunity to see if he is able to refire that Monster Jam truck. And unfortunately, we are getting word that he is not going to be able to compete in attempt number 2. So that means scoring is officially open at JudgesZone.com. Remember, our drivers have 2 attempts for their best trick. You can see up there on the video board, the super glue glued to the action replay coming in. He goes into the popper off of the double log stack, rolls it forward, really showcasing some nice control. He's twisting the Monster Jam truck ever so slightly. And then throughout that, he kind of teeter-totters back and forth on those front BKT tires. Let's see what you guys thought at JudgesZone.com. Scores are locked in. Let's focus our attention up there on the video board. A 6.680 for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Again, a 6.680 for the black and green wrecking machine. John Zimmer Sr. in uproar with that popper. Nice control on those front two BKT tires. Slow and steady wins the race right here because he is taking his time with that balancing point for attempt number 1.
Let's hear it for John Zimmer Sr. Uproar. 20 seconds. Let's lock into those scores on judgeszone.com.
Two great poppers courtesy of John Zimmer Sr. in uproar. Super glue to the action. Replay tells that story. Remember I told you there's really nice control when he does find that balancing point. He inches forward nice and slow, brings it back, continuing with the precision and the vertical positioning. So kudos to John Zimmer Sr. Scores are locked in. Let's see what you guys thought at judgeszone.com. A 7.750. That's going to put him currently in second place, second only to his son, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Again, a 7.750 for John Zimmer Sr. From Rialto, California, let's get crazy. It's Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. Steering wheel is out the window, Monster Jam fans. So he just did a Monster Jam popper, took the steering wheel off of the Monster Jam truck, hung it out the window as he was balancing in the air. Super creative for that first attempt. He might be trying that popper again that he was able to do earlier in the first event. He's lining up for it.
Let's hear it for Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco. Scoring is now open. Head to judgeszone.com and lock in those scores.
Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco. Solid first attempt. That second one, I know Fernando. He tried. Come on, Monster Jam fans. He's the 2025 Entertainer of the Year. Let him hear you. Trying to innovate, pushing the envelope here at Monster Jam. Trying to go for something very difficult, very technical with that second attempt. Let's see what you guys thought as far as the scores go at judgeszone.com. A 7.218. So that's going to put him currently in third place in our two-wheel skills challenge. Again, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, currently in third place in the two-wheel skills challenge. Super glue to the action replay up there on that video board. As our next competitor makes his way onto the track. And that, of course, is the two-time World Finals champion, the 2025 Save of the Year Award winner. I'm talking about Colt Stevens, Thunderoris. Kicks it into reverse for the moonwalk, trying to go up that ramp. So slowly, so close for that attempt, number one.
Let's hear it for Colt Stevens in Thunderoris. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
Tough break for Colt Stevens on that second attempt. If you looked really closely, you can kind of see those BKT tires almost slip out as opposed to going into the vertical positioning. He was trying to go for that popper on those front two BKT tires, wasn't able to get the necessary momentum and traction to get in that positioning, but solid attempt nonetheless from Colt Stevens in Thunderoris. Scores are locked in, so let's take it up to the video board. A 6.564, good enough for currently fifth place in the two-wheel skills challenge. We got one more competitor remaining. Remember, the score to be the top of the leaderboard is still terminal velocity, with one competitor remaining. Here in his 10th season of Monster Jam, it's Cole Menard, Black Pearl. Looks like he might be lining up for a reverse popper. Hits the throttle, kicks it on the back two BKT tires. Nails the reverse popper for the first attempt.
here for Cole Bernard, the Black Pearl. Scoring is now open at judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores, 20 seconds.
What did you guys think of the final competitor, Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl? Breaking out the reverse popper for that first attempt, something we haven't seen throughout this phase of the competition yet. So trying to stand out amongst the crowd. Let's see how all of this translates into scores. They are locked in and coming in on the video board right now for Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. A 6.154. That means the winner of the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge is John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity. This marks 32 Two-Wheel Skills Challenge wins on the year for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. A few hours ago, he secured his 30th BKT overall event championship. This driver is on fire right now. You gotta keep an eye on him. He is one of the future superstars of Monster Jam.
John Zimmer Jr. Wow, he just won the BKT overall event champion. What was going through your head during this Two-Wheel Skills Challenge?
Well, I wanted to do really good in racing. Let's back up a little bit. And then I just overdrove the truck. Had to calm myself down and come out here and do what I do best, trying to throw in some combos. This dirt and this track is super tricky for these two-wheel skills, but it is so satisfying in that truck when you get that trick perfect. I've been working on some other cool stuff. Didn't quite make it happen, but I heard you fans screaming through my helmet. It was sick.
How are you feeling about freestyle? What kind of energy you going to be bringing, man?
Man, I'm bringing all the energy, all the heat. It's hot outside. It's getting hotter inside. Freestyle's coming up. That's what I love to do. I know these 7 other drivers are fired up. They're ready to come out here and throw down on freestyle. We got more coming at you guys.
John Zimmer Jr., everybody. Terminal Velocity, your Two-Wheel Skills champion.
Raleigh, welcome back to the second half of Monster Jam. It is time to kick it into high gear because the stars of freestyle motocross, you see them down there, they have taken to the track and they are going to take to the skies. But before they get there, Jabari, it's Saturday night. This crowd needs to make some noise. Let's get them pumped up.
That's right, Christina. Everybody make some noise for our FMX riders. Yeah! We have our best trick competition coming up soon, but first, each rider is gonna do 4 high in the air stunts for you guys. Let's cheer them on. Bringing up first, riding for 25 years, AJ Rosebrill. Coming up next, Frankie Lettieri, all the way from New Jersey. Next up, Greg Duffy. He's the only person in the world to land a double front flip on a dirt bike. Amazing. Let's hear it for Josh Hedford in his home state of North Carolina. How about that? Round of applause for our FMX riders. They're going to get set up. Go again with AJ Rosebrill right here. Woo! Frankie Lettieri, ex-pro supercross right there, motocross racer. Coming up next, Greg Duffy. Josh Hedford. Woo! They got a couple more times. Let's bring them back. Wow. Come on, Riley. Make some noise. Woo! Wow, nice backflip. And there he goes, Josh Edford right there. Round of applause for our FMX riders. You guys ready for some fun up in here? Let me hear ya! It is time for our FMX Best Trick Competition. Each rider will have one opportunity to do their best trick while in the air. That is right, and everybody here is going to score them using judgeszone.com. You ready for the freestyle competition? All right, let's get our first rider up right now. AJ Rosebrill.
That's right, Monster Jam fans. AJ Rosebrill is going to be our first competitor in the FMX Best Trick Competition. Hailing from Chicago, Illinois. He's going to be setting the pace for his fellow competitors, and it's going to be the score to beat when it comes to the FMX Best Trick Competition. He's been riding for an impressive 25 years, giving you a little wheelie action as a warm-up as he comes around the track, making his way to the ramp to showcase his best trick. Make sure you have those smartphones out and ready to go at judgeszone.com.
Wow, AJ Rosebrill, what did you think? Head to judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores.
Starting things off with a bang with that incredible backflip. Take a look at the super glue to the action replay. Soars through the air seamlessly, a textbook backflip. Great rotation before landing safely on that FMX safety bag. Let's see what you guys thought at judgeszone.com. Scores are locked in. A 7.672, so that will be the official score to beat in the FMX Best Trick Competition. Continuing on with our next competitor from Brick, New Jersey, it's Frankie Lettieri.
Oh, y'all can do better than that. Let's hear it for Frankie.
Frankie's an ex-pro supercross motocross racer, talented rider from the East Coast, again in Brick, New Jersey, eager to take over the top spot on the leaderboard away from AJ Rosebrill. It all depends on what he has in store for his best trick.
Woo! Frankie Lettieri, everybody. Judgeszone.com, that's the place to go. Let's lock in those scores.
A huge tail whip, courtesy of Frankie Lettieri. Take a look at that super glue to the action replay. Body and bike move as one as it whips from side to side. Impressive stuff, but in your opinion, was that better than the backflip that we saw from AJ Rosebrill? Let's find out. Score to beat, 7.672. The score for Frankie Lettieri is 6.960. Good enough to put him currently in second place in the FMX Best Trick Competition. Coming up next, one of our veteran riders, it's Greg Duffy. Greg Duffy's been with us here at Monster Jam for close to a decade, soaring through the air all over the country, making a name for himself here in the motorsports world. Come on, Monster Jam fans, it sounds like he wants you to make some noise. He actually used to race professional motocross before joining us here at Monster Jam. Let's see what he has in store coming down the ramp.
Wow. That was Greg Duffy, everybody. Judgeszone.com. Let's head there right now. Lock in those scores.
Look, Mom, no hands. As he did that backflip Right there on the, there it goes. Super glue, glued to the action replay. That takes a lot of practice, a lot of trust, and honestly, a lot of core and thigh strength because you're holding on to that bike with your legs, and you need to be able to keep your core nice and tight before you release those arms. So really difficult stuff, but really cool stuff from Greg Duffy. Let's see what you guys thought at judgeszone.com. Scores are locked in. Let's focus our attention up there on the video board at 8.736. Which means we got a new leader and a new score to beat with one competitor remaining. And he hails from right here in North Carolina. It is Josh Hetford, ladies and gentlemen. Josh has competed in many competitions. This is his first time here with us at Monster Jam this year. Eager to take another win.
Woo! Josh Hetford, everybody. Scoring is open right now. Our last competitor, judgeszone.com. What did you think, Raleigh?
Jabari, I always love to see just the creativity and the variations that these talented riders are able to do when it comes to these backflips. Super glue, glued to the action replay shows that amazing variation where he is literally arching his back as he is upside down. Incredible, but was it enough to take the win away from Greg Duffy? We're going to find out. The score for Josh Hetford is a 9.531. We got a winner of the FMX Best Trick Competition. Ooh, and we got some sprinkler action. I like that, Jabari.
Bringing it back, huh, Christina? It's time to bring up the heat a little bit. It's time for that Monster Jam train. Each rider will go one after another, after the other, and do their best tricks without stopping. Now, hold on a second, Raleigh. I need to know if you're ready for the Monster Jam train. If you're ready, let me hear you go. Choo-choo! Yeah. I could never do that. Here they go, lining up for the Monster Jam train. Wow, wasn't that incredible? Well, I don't think they're quite done. You guys want to see them do the Monster Jam train again? Let's hear it as loud as you can. Every single body. Choo-choo! Wow, I love it. Here they go. Wow. Okay. Wait a minute. I don't think they're done quite yet. If anybody wants to see them do the Monster Jam train one more time, let me hear you say one more time. One more time. One more time. There you go, Raleigh. Lining up. Wow, there it is, the Monster Jam train. Everybody, give them a round of applause coming out here to Raleigh to risk it all for you, beautiful people. All of our XMX riders, AJ Rosebrill, Frankie Lettieri, Greg Duffy, and Josh Hetford. Yeah, buddy. Here comes Josh Hetford, your FMX champion. Man, oh man, I have a question. I saw you over there stretching. Does it require you to be limber to do this job?
Definitely, yeah. Yoga class is like, I try to do that every week, so I could do that trick.
How did it feel, man? Because it seemed like you were very close a little bit earlier today.
Yeah, it felt pretty good. I was feeling pretty flexible. My lower back's holding up good. All the other guys are getting me pumped up, and all the fans. So, yeah, definitely had to throw the look mom, no hands backflip, and I figured I'd just go for the good old Cordova flip.
That is so incredible. Now, I know you like height. I know you like speed. Do you like roller coasters?
Woo, not really. No, I'm terrified of roller coasters. You guys having a good time?
He don't want to talk about roller coasters, but he is brave. He is the man. Josh Hedford, everybody, your FMX champion. You guys ready for more Monster Jam? I need you to get wild. We have reached the pinnacle of today's event. The legendary competition of the night. Raleigh, this is Monster Jam. Let's get it! Let's hear it for Jamie Garner in Overboard. All right, it's time to head back to judgeszone.com. You have 20 seconds to lock in those scores.
Let us know what you guys thought at judgeszone.com. Kicking things off with Jamie Garner in Overboard. That super glued to the action replay up there is your reminder. And remember, he's setting the pace and the bar for his fellow competitors in this phase of the competition. Took full advantage of the track as well as the 60-second clock, which is one of the pieces of criteria here in Monster Jam Freestyle. Scores are coming in on the video board, a 6.627, so that will be the score to beat in Monster Jam Freestyle. Making her way down the tunnel and onto the track, the Princess of Carnage, Brianna Mahan, Bailey Circuit.
Brianna Mahan in Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open. Let's lock in those scores. JudgesZone.com.
A fearless freestyle courtesy of the Princess of Carnage, Brianna Mahan in Bailey Circuit. You can see she actually lost a little bit of her tail down there on the track during that high-flying freestyle. Let's see how that translates into scores. There she is, Monster Jam fans. We got the signature hair flip out of that Monster Jam truck. Scores are locked in. The score to beat is Overboard at 6.627. The score for Bailey Circuit is 8.576. We got a new leader and a new score to beat. Super Glued to the Action replay is up there right now. A quick reminder of that great freestyle run. We're going to continue on with our next competitor making his way onto the track. Two-time Arena Series champion, Cole Bernard, Black Pearl.
Let's hear it for Cole Bernard, Black Pearl. Scoring is open. Head to JudgesZone.com and lock in those scores.
Let us know what you guys thought of that one. An aggressive freestyle for sure from Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. The Super Glued to the Action replay is up there on the video board for everybody to see as you guys are scoring accurately and fairly at JudgesZone.com. Just a few more seconds left to make your voices heard here at Monster Jam. So make sure that you're locking in those scores for Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. Let's see what you guys thought. A 7.705. So that's going to put him currently in second place in Monster Jam Freestyle. All right, guys, it is time to jump back into Monster Jam Freestyle. But before we do, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge the De Leon family. They are an amazing military family based right here in North Carolina. So we want to thank you guys so much for your incredible service and give you a fun opportunity to announce our next superstar. All right? Everybody, who's ready for the clock. The clock is paused to see if he's able to refire, and he is. And the black and green wrecking machine gives another show-stopping performance here in Monster Jam Freestyle. Can he continue on after that corkscrew? We're seeing if he can shift it into gear, and we're going.
Let's hear it for Weston Anderson, Grave Digger. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores, Raleigh.
Come on, Monster Jam fans. The black and green wrecking machine hits the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp with full force, goes into somewhat of a corkscrew, makes the save to continue out the freestyle run. Score to beat is Bailey Circuit, that 8.576. The score for Grave Digger is 9.346. We got that new leader and new score to beat. His name is Weston Anderson, Grave Digger. That super glue glued to the action replay is up there right now. For that full throttle freestyle, here's the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Puts it on those side BKT tires, somehow puts it back on all four, even with that momentum from another angle with the corkscrew. Again, lands on the side, but the momentum was there to put it back on all four BKT tires. Super impressive stuff from the undefeated Arena Series champion, Weston Anderson in Grave Digger. He brings the thunder. I need you guys to roar. It's Colt Stevens, Thunderoris.
Let's hear it for Colt Stevens in Thunderoris. Scoring is open. Head to judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores.
So Monster Jam fans, if you saw him slowing down throughout the middle of that freestyle run, it's because he has a right rear broken axle, which is very difficult to continue on the freestyle with because it does help with the rotation of those BKT tires. So when something like that breaks, they're going to have to take it to the back, and our talented UNOH technicians are going to have to take apart that Monster Jam truck, take off the BKT tire, take off the planetary, the hub, all of the different components in order to fix that broken axle that helps those BKT tires rotate. So that's what he was up against during that freestyle run. You can see the scores coming in right now of 5.919. But again, please let's take a moment to give Colt Stevens and Thunder Roars a huge round of applause for Monster Jam Freestyle. Making his way onto the track, John Zimmer Sr., Uproar.
Let's hear it for John Zimmer Sr., Uproar. Scoring is open. Head to judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores.
That was an exciting freestyle to watch, but most notably at the end, that slap wheelie right off of the side of the ramp. Super glued to the action replay showcases some of those nice moments utilizing all of the different sides of that elevated obstacle. But that showstopper was literally right at the tail end of that freestyle run. Let's see how that translates into scores. A 6.560 for John Zimmer Sr. in Uproar. Two more competitors remain in Monster Jam Freestyle. You can take a look at the leaderboard as it currently stands with Weston Anderson and Gravedigger holding on to that top spot with a 9.346. But remember, we got two more competitors to go, eager to take the top spot away from him. And they want to walk away as the BKT overall event champion. So we're going to have to wait and see how this one plays out. It's going to come down to the wire, and it really is going to come down to our final two competitors here in the competition. If you guys haven't been joining along at judgeszone.com, trust me, it is not too late to make your voices heard at Monster Jam. From one Zimmer to the next, this time it is John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Looks like there might be some issues with the right rear tire of Uproar. They are trying to get that Monster Jam truck off of the track. It looks like we might need to actually hook him and bring him to the back to assess what's going on with that Monster Jam truck. We do have another event tomorrow, kicking things off at 10:30 with our Monster Jam pit party. And then once again, our final event of the weekend. So if you guys are having fun with us tonight, come on back tomorrow. We would love to see all of you Monster Jam fans again.
Yeah, let me hear you.
Once again, jumping back into things with the 2025 Arena Series Central Champion, looking to secure his second BKT overall event championship win of the day, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Scoring is open. Head to judgeszone.com and lock in those scores.
That was an exciting freestyle run, courtesy of John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity right at the very end with that incredible save. So much aggression went into that freestyle run. But similar to that of his dad that we just witnessed, it was the last couple of seconds that really made the impact. There he is, Monster Jam fans! Woo! Let's see what you guys thought. Wiping the sweat off on that one. Scores are locked in. Let's take it up to the video board for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. 9.005 second place for John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity. That was a fun one. Again, that's going to put him currently in second place in Monster Jam Freestyle with one more competitor remaining here in the competition. It's all going to come down to this. Super glued to the action replay up there right now. Great stoppie right there from John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity. I'm not sure if we're going to see the very end. Nope, that wasn't it. But that was incredible, really. Overall, absolutely stellar performance. There it goes. Balances on the one BKT tire. Takes it to the side BKT tires. Whips it around. Brings it back down. Raleigh, turn your attention to that video board.
Monster Jam fans, it's Fernando Martinez and El Toro Loco, and it's time to get crazy with the
Let's hear it for Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco. Last truck of the night. Let's lock in those scores. Judgeszone.com.
Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, the 2025 Entertainer of the Year, closing things out strong in the freestyle competition. He is a fierce competitor when it comes to this phase of the competition. He's full throttle all the time, doesn't let up, doesn't give up. So let's see what you guys thought as far as the scores go. Our attention up there on the video board. Let's see what you guys thought. Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco. We're still waiting for those scores. Couple more seconds. Monster Jam fan. I know, Fernando. It's coming, I promise. One more. Yeah, okay. Sleepy night time in a couple of minutes. We're almost done. We got there. An 8.032, fourth place for Fernando Martinez in El Toro Loco. But that means the winner of Monster Jam Freestyle, that black and green wrecking machine from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Now that's 8 more points added to his total score. But let's see, was it enough? This was a close one, guys. 8 in the JCB Racing Competition, 5 in the Two Wheel Skills Challenge, 8 in Monster Jam Freestyle, for a total of 21 points. Your BKT overall event champion is... from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, the black and green wrecking machine, Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Let's hear it for him, Monster Jam fans. And this marks his 45th BKT Overall Event Championship win of the 2025 season. Doing it right here for you Carolina fans. And on top of it all, he is also your St. Jude Ambassador of the Night. So thank you guys so much for your generous donations. On behalf of Weston Anderson and Gravedigger, and of course, 100% of those proceeds are going to St. Jude Children's Research Hospitals. We're going to take a moment and hear from our winner standing by right now with Jabari. Take it away.
Weston Anderson, everybody, Gravedigger, you're a Raleigh event champion, man. I know you were looking for it all day long, man. How does it feel to be the champ again?
Man, it feels good. It's been a long time since I held one of these in my hand. It's been about 2 months. And you know what? We got one more event tomorrow. Team Gravedigger isn't going to slow down. This truck's throwing gremlins at us. I know that Chandler West, Billy Medicine Crow, they're going to be in the back all night, getting this Gravedigger truck ready to rip for tomorrow. It's going to be 110%, and we're going to go twice as hard.
Do you have any final words or any warnings for your competitors out there that you're coming after tomorrow?
Hey, you're in Gravedigger country now, baby. We got our shovel sharp. We're ready to dig some graves. Hey, Monster Jam fans, did y'all have fun tonight? Let me hear you, Raleigh, get loud!
Weston Anderson, everybody, Gravedigger.
Congratulations one more time to our freestyle champion and our BKT overall event champion, Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. What an incredible night of Monster Jam. We've had 2 stellar events. Remember, we got one more tomorrow. We got that pit party at 10:30, followed by the live event. So if you guys had fun tonight, jump on back and join us one more time for Sunday Family Fun Day here at Monster Jam. But this truly was an incredible evening. On behalf of Jabari Thomas down there, I'm Christina Moore, and from all of us here at Feld Entertainment, Raleigh, that was Monster Jam! Thank you, everyone. Get home safely. Have a wonderful night.